to Ring Talk with Magic Tyler, Caysen Smith, and we are here. We are back. 60 subscribers strong. Let's give it a hand. Clap.
60 subscribers strong.
Clap, please.
Clap for us. Clap for him. And clap for yourselves.
I want every person that's watching this to put a clap emoji in the comments.
Right
Nothing
now.
else.
Don't watch any more of this episode until you put that clap emoji in.
Right.
Don't just stop what you're doing.
Waiting. We're waiting. Okay.
Get into the episode. Maybe a little bit more relaxed episode, just because we don't have as much stuff to review as we did last week.
Right.
Last episode, we just had a ton of stuff to do. We had NXT stuff. We had Bad Blood. We had post Bad Blood stuff to talk about.
It's hype.
Now we still got some stuff to talk about, obviously.
Of course.
But a little bit more relaxed. We can kind of take a breath a little bit.
We can. So let's go ahead and talk about SmackDown.
Yeah.
Because that's where we left off. Mm-hmm. Start the show
off. Do you want to do our punishment? Find out our punishment first.
This guy's ahead of me.
Yeah. Let's do our punishment. So for Bad Blood, we did our predictions, and Caysen finally no tie.
No tie.
Decisive winner.
Is this my first win?
I think this is your first dub because I think we've tied all the other ones.
I think I've definitely lost at least one though.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But we're gonna find out our reviews by spinning the wheel.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. So here we go.
So
I got the screen recorded. I don't know why Ryan Reynolds is at the bottom.
Are you gonna read off the punishments first?
Yeah.
Let's go read them off.
Okay. So we got some ones from last time. We got two new ones.
Two new ones.
So first of all, the slap.
You
gotta have
classic
that slap.
Just
slap.
Slap.
No talking for a segment. The roast.
Just roast them. You get to, and that's a prepared roast. So that's like next episode, you get a whole week to prepare a bunch of roasts for the other person.
Right. Sing.
You just get to sing.
You have to sing a song. That I pick.
Okay.
Wax strip.
We did that last time, so we're familiar with that.
We had the essay.
Talking
about why Kofi Kingston and Brock Lesnar is such a great match, or The Fiend and Seth Rollins was such a great match.
Yeah.
You get to pick, I guess.
I get to pick? Okay.
I'll give you some saving grace on that.
All right. You'll let me pick. Okay.
A speech.
This is a new one.
And the thing that we decided that they have to write a speech for is why Jinder Mahal is the greatest WWE champion of all time.
You get to write a speech. It's more like a debate speech. Like you have to give a speech trying to convince everybody why he's the greatest.
So does that mean I need to have some questions prepared to ask him?
You can.
Okay.
You can do it that way.
And the last one. We've had these same decorations for a long time, y'all. Y'all, we need to spice it up. So you have to either buy or make a new decoration for us.
Do a decoration for our set.
Right.
I like it.
Here we go.
All right. So, Caysen, spin that wheel.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
You ready?
Oh. You get to sing a song.
Oh, do I get to sing? I got to sing it. Oh, wait. It's sing. I think it's on sing.
On sing. I get to pick your song.
All right. So that'll be next week. We'll do the punishment.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you what song it is yet.
We'll kick off
You have to tune in for that.
We'll kick off the episode with the punishment next week.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
For everyone, show up next time and you'll see what he has to sing.
See what I have to sing.
You'll have to.
It could be a WWE song. It could not be a WWE song. It could be anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. You ready to get into those reviews?
Yeah, man.
Let's kick it off with SmackDown from October 11th.
October 11th.
So, this is post Bad Blood SmackDown, post Jimmy Uso return. And that's what the night kicks off with Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns. Basically, Jimmy Uso telling Roman Reigns that they're not the ones anymore.
They need help. That's what he says.
They need help. And we all know what help means.
The whole crowd was going, yeet. But Roman said, no yeet.
It's going to take a lot for Roman to forgive Jay.
Right. Like, we all know, like, it's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's got to take some storytelling. You can't just be like, oh, yeah, come on in. We need your help.
Yeah.
Like, he betrayed Roman. You gotta give some credit to
Jimmy,
that.
at the very least, came back to Roman.
And
Jay didn't.
Okay, we'll talk about this later. Because we also see some of this in Raw.
On Raw, well. Yeah. A lot of this story kind of carries over to Raw.
Right.
First match of the night was LA Knight defending his United States Championship against Carmelo Hayes. And Andrade eventually came out to ringside, kind of causing some distraction, throwing Carmelo off.
Yeah.
And it worked because LA Knight picked up the W.
Well, of course, everyone watching this knew that LA Knight was going to get the dub because we're definitely setting up for a triple threat match.
And I think that match is going to bang, dude. Wherever it happens, Survivor Series, Crown Jewel.
I have a feeling it's going to be a Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel, I think, would be... And that's good exposure for all these three men, especially Carmelo Hayes and Andrade.
Yeah, Carmelo Hayes needs that exposure if they want to make him the next big guy because I could definitely see him being the next big guy.
Yeah. So Kevin Owens basically comes out to the ring. He interrupts the Lash Legend and
Metaphors
and Jakara Jackson. Metaphors. They were coming out for their title match, and Kevin Owens disrespectfully interrupted their entrance and just started berating Cody Rhodes.
Because at this time, Kevin Owens was actually banned from the
arena. Was not allowed to come.
So he grabs a mic and he's like trying to explain like how he was justified in doing this. They even cut the mic off.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, bet.
He goes over the headset.
He goes over and grabs a headset and starts talking in there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he was justified? We'll start with that. Do you think it was a justifiable reason that Kevin Owens
attacked Cody
Rhodes?
I mean, look at it from Kevin Owens' perspective. I mean, he's looking at it like... I mean, Kevin Owens, again, we've said this week after week, episode after episode. He's been battling the bloodline for 4 year.
So my take on this is that if I was Kevin Owens in this situation, I completely agree.
Yeah.
I am one of those people, actually, I'm pro Kevin Owens in this right now.
I understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're going from like the theory you had last time of him joining the Bloodline for their Survivor Series match.
For the War Games, yeah.
I don't know. That might be a little too far for him to put aside hate for that. But I definitely agree with why he's doing what he's doing, and I definitely think it's justified.
Eventually, Randy Orton kind of gets involved.
Right.
He's trying to calm Kevin Owens down.
So first of all, Randy goes in the ring. He's like, "I'll talk to Cody." Yeah. He goes into the ring, and he's trying to hold Kevin Owens back.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens.
There's security. Security was kind of
around. First of all, security was separated.
Because they were holding Cody back. They were holding Kevin Owens back. Randy Orton's trying to hold Kevin Owens back.
And
catches an elbow.
And that just set Randy Orton off, and he punched Kevin Owens.
You don't just do that to Randy Orton. And you saw now Kevin Owens is looking at Randy Orton betrayed almost.
Right.
You saw that betrayal look on his face. That's the best way to describe that facial expression was betrayed.
Yeah. So with that happening, we're definitely seeing that Randy's still in like the middle of these two. Mm-hmm. He's still with Cody. He's trying to get on Kevin Owens' side later that night.
Yeah.
Probably not anymore. But I'm definitely seeing a Randy Orton, Kevin Owens both turning on Cody because Kevin Owens already has. We're just waiting for Randy now because I'm sure Randy is.
Yeah. Do you think it'll be for the same reasons that Kevin Owens turned on Cody?
No, I think it's going to be because he wants that title.
He just wants the title.
Right.
And he's got to think, I got to go back to who I am.
Right.
I am the apex predator. I am the Viper. I am one of the greatest of all time.
Right.
Randy Orton. And if I want to be world champion again, I got to channel that guy again.
And let's not forget, the people that actually injured Randy Orton was not actually this bloodline they're fighting.
No, it was
Roman
the old Reigns.
Bloodline.
It was the Usos.
Right. So it makes even more sense that since Cody's going with the old bloodline, that Randy would be like, all right, bet I'm going against Cody.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
You can't deny that.
Yeah.
The question is when and how.
So let's move on from that. We'll go to the women's tag match between, again, the champions who are defending their titles, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, against Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson of Metaphor.
Of course, the reigning champions defend the titles.
Yeah. But another thing is that Chelsea Green and Piper Niven were at ringside.
Right.
And you could still smell the trash from Chelsea Green from the week before. And Michael Cole, he was not about it. But they did eventually kind of cause some distractions. And this is a story that kind of bled over to Raw as well.
Right.
and we'll get to that. But Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill picked up the W, retaining their titles. Naomi and Liv Morgan. So we're starting to build up for Crown Jewel between the match between Nia Jax and Liv Morgan, and both. So Naomi and Liv Morgan kind of stepped up to Nia Jax, who's with Tiffany Stratton, and this eventually leads to a Naomi and Nia Jax match, with Naomi picking up a huge win over the champion. But Rhea Ripley makes her presence known. She was there that night, and she basically just took out everybody.
So, along with that, she actually booted Nia Jax during that as well. So, we definitely see that later come in on Raw. But with that, it's really interesting to see how Rhea Ripley is going to play into the match between Liv Morgan and Nia Jax at Crown Jewel. Do you think that Rhea Ripley is going to play a part in this match some sort of way?
Yeah, because here's the thing. It's obviously they've set themselves up. They're doing Liv Morgan and Nia Jax at Crown Jewel. They've got to build to that. But you can't just have Rhea Ripley on the sidelines. You got to get her involved. So, yeah, I mean, I see her absolutely getting involved at the match in Crown Jewel.
Definitely.
Probably costing Liv Morgan the match and maybe allowing Nia Jax to win.
Yeah.
I see Nia. Maybe it's a little early to predict, but I see Nia Jax winning the match at Crown Jewel.
I feel like she would be more fitting for this Crown Jewel thing. Like, I can't see it with Liv Morgan, to be honest with you. I don't. Whenever I think of Liv Morgan, I don't think of her as the next Crown Jewel champion.
Let me ask you this. Okay, if Nia Jax wins the Women's Crown Jewel Championship at Crown Jewel, would you say that maybe officially makes her the Women's Superstar of the Year? Because think about it. Queen of the Ring. Women's WWE Championship. Crown Jewel Championship. Earlier, she went to the limit with Rhea Ripley at Elimination Chamber in Australia. She's up there.
Let us know what y'all think. That's actually really interesting. I never really actually thought of that.
I mean, she's who else would be in contention for Women's Superstar of the Year? Bayley. I mean, winning the Royal Rumble from the number 3 spot, going on to WrestleMania in a banger match against Io Sky and picking up the W.
I feel like it's between 3 people, in my opinion. It's between Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax,
Liv Morgan.
I don't know.
I mean, Liv Morgan won the Women's World Championship, stole Dominic Mysterio.
She definitely completed her revenge tour. That's for sure.
I mean, a huge story of the women's division has been Liv Morgan's revenge tour.
So let's change it to 4, because I was actually about to say Bayley as my 3rd.
Bayley's up there.
But Liv Morgan, Bayley, Nia Jax, Rhea Ripley. Those are the 4 contenders, I'd say,
for Women's Superstar of the Year.
I
agree.
Now, Chelsea Green,
man.
She carries.
Talk about most entertaining of the year. Chelsea Green all the way. I don't think it's even close. All right, moving on to the main event of SmackDown. Jimmy Uso's return match against Solo Sikoa doesn't go his way.
Well, we still want to point out that Solo Sikoa is still the top dog of the Bloodline. We can't just have Jimmy Uso, a side guy in the original Bloodline, beat him. Of course, you want to win your first match returning, but it makes a lot of sense.
Especially if they need to make them. Obviously, we see after the match, the Bloodline attacks Jimmy Uso. Roman Reigns tries to help. It doesn't work out.
We want it to seem like they aren't the ones. Just like Jimmy said
that they're not enough. They need. They're trying to showcase simply that they need help. They can't do it alone.
This whole Jey Uso joining them, it means nothing if they're still beating them up by themselves. So, we'll see more of that on Raw, though.
When do you think, because obviously it's going to happen at some point, but when do you think Paul Heyman returns? Do you think it's before Survivor Series?
Now,
surely it's before Survivor Series.
During that promo, Roman Reigns did talk about he does not have a wise man.
He needs his wise man.
So I'm definitely seeing Paul Heyman.
The tribal chief is incomplete to me without the wise man.
Yeah, right. Like if we're gonna bring this OG bloodline versus new bloodline stuff, we gotta get the original wise man. You know,
the first two members of the bloodline was Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman.
Right.
They started it.
Right. The original members were not Roman and Jey Uso. No, it was Roman and Paul Heyman.
I agree. I'm curious to see whether I see them waiting till after Crown Jewel for Paul Heyman to return.
Right.
Or do you think? Or hear me out this, because now I'm starting to think. Was it Backlash, or when was it? Remember that backstage segment where Paul Heyman ran into Jey Uso backstage, and he didn't really say anything, but he gave him that worried look.
Right.
Do you think it's Paul Heyman
that brings Jey,
that helps convince Jey?
If so, I want to see how he does it.
That's just a thought. Just let us know what you guys think about that. Obviously, we're going to get to Jimmy on Raw and all that stuff. But do you think Paul Heyman will help bring in Jey?
I feel like it would cause such a pop if Jey Uso's in the middle of one of his promos, you just hear, "Ladies and gentlemen," and him just walk out. The whole crowd would be hype.
Hype, dude.
So if that does happen, I want it to be during his return.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
That'd be sick. All right, let's move on to Monday Night Raw, October 14th.
Kick off the show, we got...
So it's important to note that this was not live.
Right.
This was pre-recorded the week before. So this was also in St. Louis again.
Right.
They taped this episode after last week's episode because a lot of these guys are in, I think, Europe somewhere.
Yeah.
Doing some shows. But, yeah, it kicks off with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez kind of going face-to-face with Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah. So, first of all...
Sets up main event of that night.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley first comes out during that show just to call out Liv Morgan and Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, Tiffany Stratton comes out. And that
time
caused
is it? What time
a
is
lot
it?
of controversy between the two. Then backstage, they're even yelling at Adam Pearce.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, "Rhea, do you want this to be your tag partner?" Because he was telling her she needs to find a partner, and she found it.
She found it.
Yep.
Talk about polar opposites.
Yeah.
Moving on to the first match of the night, we had the women's tag team championship match. Belair and Cargill defending against Damage Control. Io Sky and Kairi Sane of Damage Control with Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson outside in the crowd, at ringside.
It's really interesting that they're bringing them back in as well.
I think and I'm glad they are trying to get some of these NXT tag teams more involved. I told you before how I think
was it last episode you said this?
Yeah, the team that should beat Belair and Cargill should be an NXT team.
I agree. I can definitely see
what
those
better
two.
than Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend.
Let us know who you think is going to take the titles off.
Yeah. I mean, and they get involved in this match. They're the ones that pretty much cost Damage Control the match.
Right.
They attacked Io Sky, and Belair and Cargill retained the titles.
Yeah.
Here's a big match. So they've been teasing it for the past few weeks. The return of the War Raiders.
So first of all, this match is a contendership match.
Yeah, number one contenders tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because that was announced earlier that night whenever Adam Pearce talked to Finn Balor and...
Yeah, because it's time for them to start defending their titles.
Right. He definitely has a point there. And what better to start with Alpha Academy, the original.
Yeah.
Versus...
Otis and Akira Tozawa.
The War Raiders. Which is interesting that they changed their name from the Viking Raiders to the War Raiders.
Weren't they originally the War Raiders back in NXT?
Maybe. They might be.
They might have been.
I like War Raiders better.
War Raiders is... Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And...
They picked up the W.
Do you think Valkyria is going to stay with them? Is that where her name is?
Not... That's... No.
Valhalla.
Valhalla.
Yeah, Valhalla.
That's what I was wondering, because she didn't come out with them.
Yeah.
I was wondering. We'll see. I'm not sure. I mean, unless there's another reason they're keeping her off TV, I mean, might as well.
Yeah.
I would say.
But Of course, they didn't need them to win because they won by themselves.
Yeah.
They announced their new finisher as well, where like he has them in like this backbreaker position and kind of throws him onto Ivar as he jumps.
Yeah.
It was pretty sick.
Yeah.
I try my best to explain that, but
yeah, you got it. You got it. Moving on to one of the big segments of the night, we had Cody Rhodes and Gunther in an epic confrontation.
Right. What? Okay.
Sorry, there's a few things we need to talk about. So Gunther basically straight up called out Cody Rhodes and said he was the lesser champion.
Right.
Said he was the secondary champion to him. And Cody Rhodes is like, excuse me, I beat the greatest champion in modern day history.
Right.
And then he said something that I think shocked a lot of people. He's like, I also defeated a beast, alluding to Brock Lesnar.
Right.
Is Brock Lesnar going to return soon?
Great question. But my question is he going to show up at Crown Jewel?
I'll be surprised. I'll be stunned if he does.
Well, I'm saying this just because it's at Crown Jewel.
At Crown Jewel, and it's a
if
big,
it was
big
any
event.
other event, then probably not.
Here's the thing, though. They are putting a lot of stock in they're bringing a lot of talent for that first episode of Raw on Netflix.
Right. That's a good point.
And I could see Brock Lesnar returning then.
Okay.
Possibly.
If that's the case, that was just a question.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's 1,000% going to happen.
Yeah, personally I think it'll happen at first episode of Netflix because they're gonna throw a lot at that first episode.
Right.
To make it one of the greatest.
That question is, during these guys' match, do you think it's just going to be an epic clash between the two? No interference at all? Or are we going to get some interference in this jump?
Well, we can maybe Goldberg, possibly.
Possibly.
But I do get the feeling that I don't know, because I think they're going to gear up for Gunther versus CM Punk at Survivor Series.
Right.
So I'd be surprised if Goldberg shows up at Crown Jewel. So I think I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say no interference.
No interference.
I don't know. I honestly, personally I'm not confident to say exactly who's going to win, but I think whoever's going to win is going to win clean.
Okay.
This is what I think.
I hate to say it, but I have a feeling that Triple H is going to pull off a shoving Cody Rhodes into our face once again and give him this win.
Oh, is he going to get the W?
Yep.
We'll see.
Hey, our predictions are not today. That's my bad.
Yeah, we got some time to.
Maybe we'll see more.
We'll get there. Moving on to the next match of the night, Braun Breaker defeating Kofi Kingston. Just seemed like he was decimating Kofi Kingston.
Right. He absolutely, like you said, decimated. He killed him. After the match, Braun Breaker was
looking to beat up on him again. And Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods came out, tried to help. Got beat up again. But we got Jey Uso. Jey Uso helped out. Speared Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to... So, I actually don't know this. When is the 10-year anniversary?
I don't know exactly. It's soon.
Let's search it up.
It's got to be... I want to say it's like... I want to say it's this month, but it may be in November. Yeah, it's their 10 years. I'm assuming they're going to bring in Big E. I would think.
Right. November 28th.
Oh, okay. So we still got quite a bit of time. I didn't realize it was that late.
Me neither.
I thought it was in October. So yeah, we still got some time before then. I imagine they're going to bring in Big E for that.
Right.
And I don't know. Are we going to see Xavier Woods finally pull the trigger and turn on everybody? We'll see.
I definitely feel like they're going to at least hit the 10-year mark before he does.
Yeah, I think if he does turn, it'll be on the 10-year mark.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, November 28th, that's a bit.
Yeah.
That's a bit.
Yeah.
Makes sense, though, because they're also putting some rivalries aside because of the 2-hour shows.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's what they're going to plan to do there.
Yeah.
Not too sure. We didn't really see much animosity between the two.
For this episode.
This episode.
Yeah.
As much as others.
But speaking of Jay, you want to talk a little bit about the Jay and Jimmy dynamic for this episode of Raw?
Talking about the backstage segment?
Yeah, some of the both backstage segments.
So, first of all, Jay is just in the backstage area after that little altar stuff. And he's going to just go into his room, and he opens the door. Jimmy Uso's right there. Immediately, Jay Uso's like, no, I'm not doing this, and gets out.
No.
Later, once again, Jimmy Uso, Jay Uso. Once again, Jay Uso's like, I'm not doing it.
I mean, they haven't been in together on screen in WWE since WrestleMania.
Right. It's been a very long time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Jay Uso, what I need to know is that his attitude towards this is, heck no.
Heck no.
I'm not doing this.
I mean, this is further. I mean, it feels like for War Games, they're going Bloodline versus Bloodline.
Right.
I mean, what else?
So, yeah, the TNA question is...
Yeah, that would have been a cool idea, but I think Bloodline versus Bloodline is what we want to see. Yeah,
this is definitely the better option because at least with TNA, maybe we've got like a War Games thing in NXT, like a very own, like NXT versus TNA, and maybe not TNA versus WWE as a whole.
I got you. Yeah.
But
we're building up to Bloodline.
Right.
Bloodline versus Bloodline.
Right.
Speaking of kind of another civil war going on, The Miz and R-Truth.
R-Truth still thinks they're a thing.
Yeah.
And I know it's like a hilarious thing, but dude, this guy has to be really dumb to think that Miz is still...
He thinks he's still his friend. He thinks Awesome Truth is still a thing.
And
but he picks up the W.
He does.
That's because Miz kind of gets distracted a little bit because Karrion Kross comes out, throws them off a little bit. And R-Truth picks up the W.
And we also saw some Wyatt Six stuff.
So it makes you think, is Wyatt Six targeting Karrion Kross and the Miz?
I feel like that's the thing. I actually didn't slow down my TV to see what it said. I have no clue what it said. I'm pretty sure it did say a date, though, from what I heard.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll search it up right now. We'll figure out.
I mean, I think they're gearing up for Karrion Kross, and I would throw the Miz on there with him.
Yeah, why not?
And I think that again, we talked about this. R-Truth thinking he's part of the Wyatt Six has a lot of comedic potential there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It was 2 days ago, and still people haven't said anything about it.
Well, maybe they don't know. It's all right. We don't gotta do it right now.
Yeah, maybe we'll find out on the day it happens.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Moving on to the main event of Monday Night Raw, we had Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton taking on Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. The match ended in a no contest.
Right.
Because Nia Jax just came out and destroyed everybody, pretty much.
Besides from Tiffany.
Besides from Tiffany Stratton.
Which she probably should beat her up after what happened at Bad Blood.
But she didn't. But she didn't.
Let's talk about NXT.
NXT October 15th, we had the debut match. I keep forgetting to figure out how to pronounce her name correctly before these episodes. But Stephanie Vaquer defeated Ren Sinclair in her debut match. She was then attacked by Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. And then Stephanie was then saved by Julia. And that set up a...
Shout out Julia,
setting up a tag team match between both teams at, I believe it's going to be at NXT Halloween Havoc.
Right.
These two teams
which is very soon.
Very soon.
It's October 16th at the time we're recording.
Yeah. Next match is Lexis King defeating Oro Mensah in a gentleman's duel. Now, is this a babyface turn for Lexis King? Because once Lexis King picked up the W, I mean, they raised his hand, they shook hands, they were gentlemen about it.
That's the whole part about being a gentleman's duel.
Is Lexis King like?
He might be warming up.
Is he a good guy now?
He might be warming up.
You know, I like Lexis. I like the 80s kind of hair metal style of him.
Yeah.
I like that vibe. But yeah, we'll see where that storyline goes.
What?
Then we had another return match. We had Nikita Lyons defeating Lola Vice.
Right.
This is because Jada Parker gets involved and causes distraction between Lola Vice and Cost her the match.
What do you think of that?
I mean, it's looking like we're going to probably get Lola Vice and Jada Parker at Halloween Havoc as well.
Right.
I see that match going down.
I feel like Halloween Havoc is going to be a banger.
It's going to be a banger. They're gearing up. And this episode was a lot of setup for Halloween Havoc.
Right.
Because that next match we got for the night was Ridge Holland defeating Raleigh Osborne.
So this rivalry is still...
And then we had Andre Chase returning.
Right.
Taking out
the big return.
Ridge Holland, yeah. So I'm assuming at Halloween Havoc, we're going to get Ridge Holland and Andre Chase in a match.
I could really see Ridge Holland returning back to the big main shows
you think?
soon.
I mean, we still got Sean Spears in his corner.
Right.
I still think they should go... Or sorry, not in his corner. He's in Brooks Jensen's corner. I'm still thinking they should bring all those three guys together. I still think they should bring Ridge Holland, Sean Spears, and Brooks Jensen together.
That would be a really cool rivalry to see those two. I mean, those three.
Well, I think they should bring them together as like a team.
Yeah, those three
against
Chase U. That would make more sense.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Because I don't see them just forgetting all about this after their match.
Or maybe they could set that up. They still got maybe some time to set that up for Halloween Havoc. Maybe do a 6-man tag between. Yeah. But I know Sean Spears is still a little injured, so he may not be able to do it.
I feel like maybe it's going to start popping off where he's with them if they maybe interfere during the match and help Ridge Holland to get the win. Maybe.
Yeah. Speaking of Brooks Jensen, he defeated Ashante the Adonis.
Ashante sucks.
And Sean Spears was in Brooks' corner. But then during the match, you had Carmen Petrovic dump a bunch of roses on the apron. Ashante, I'll give him his credit. He's shooting his shot. He's missing.
Right.
He's missing.
Right.
He ain't hitting it, but he's shooting a shot. Respect.
Should the shot be taken if you've missed so many times? I mean, think about it. You're playing basketball, right? You are 0 for 12. Do you make another? Do you go for one more?
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. At what point, if you keep missing, do you say maybe I'm just not that good?
Maybe go for a layup, man. I don't know.
But we'll see. We'll see where that storyline goes. Then that moves us to the main event of the night: triple threat. Ethan Page, Wesley, and Javon Evans, #1 contenders for Trick Williams NXT Championship. Ethan Page picking up a big W.
Ethan Page is still him, guys.
He's still him. Ethan Page is him. And I was thinking about this the other day. I think they could put Ethan Page on the main roster tomorrow, and he would kill it. That's my hot take for this episode. Ethan Page should go on the main roster tomorrow and kill it.
What would he do?
You could put him in the main title picture against Gunther for all I care. No, you know what would be a cool rivalry is him and LA Knight for the U.S. title.
I was thinking
that'd be a cool match.
Yeah, I was thinking if he was going to go somewhere soon, it would probably be in SmackDown for the United States.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'd love to see that match down the line. But Ethan Page picking up the W in this triple threat match.
Right.
And him and Trick Williams spin the wheel, and they find out for their NXT Championship match at Halloween Havoc, it is going to be a Devil's Playground match. And then Ethan Page takes out Trick Williams. He says he's going to basically bring out the devil inside him.
Ooh.
Ethan Page is going to bring out his devil side
for
this match. And we'll see.
I don't know what I think of that.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Ooh. But those are the reviews for that this week.
Interesting.
Lots of setup, obviously. We're gearing up for Crown Jewel, and we're gearing up for Halloween Havoc.
Right.
I think a solid week.
Again,
not as chaotic as we had last episode.
Yeah.
We had so much to talk about, so much to get to. But let us know what you guys think of this past week. What are some big questions going around? Do you think Jey Uso will return to the Bloodline? If so, when?
I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll happen, but when?
All right, let's move on to our top 10 of this week. It was your list. You
want to go ahead and do that?
Yeah, let's do our top 10.
All right, so we said top 10 most underrated female superstars.
Yeah, current underrated superstars.
Current.
So
all right.
We'll kick it off with number 10.
Oh, do you have your backup marker?
Oh, no. I don't know
Our
what's
markers
at.
are doing pretty good right now, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, it usually does, and then they get. It's all right. We'll do our best. Number 10.
3, 2, 1. Core chain.
I had Michin.
Ooh, Michin.
Michin, who they're really pushing as like the extreme woman of the division.
Right. Cora Jade. You know,
Cora Jade.
she could be better.
She's been struggling with injuries
right.
recently in the last year or so. So she's been.
I feel like if she had more time, she would be.
I think if she'd never gotten injured, she'd already be NXT champion.
Right.
I'm gonna say
she would be up there with Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
By up there, I mean she would be in her position. 3, 2, 1. Candice LeRae.
Number 9, I got Zoe Stark.
Zoe Stark.
Yeah, you guys have heard me talk about how I think she's insanely underrated.
If you've been a long time listener, you would know what Tyler thinks about Zoe Stark.
Yeah. And that's important to note that, especially this past Raw, a lot of women were absent.
Right.
Like Lyra Valkyria, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance.
Right.
Pure Fusion Collective.
Yeah, I was trying to think of their name.
I can't remember if it's collective or collection. I think it's collective.
It's collective, yeah. I say Candice LeRae because after her heel turn, we saw basically nothing after that.
Yeah.
And I feel like
she is now the first ever women's speed champion.
Right.
For all the people that watch Speed. I'll catch it every now and then. I'll take a look at it.
I'm going to be honest with you, Tyler.
Have you ever watched one Speed episode?
No.
He's never watched a Speed episode. Maybe that's
should I get hate
that
for
should
that?
be the next punishment for you is
I
have to watch
only Speed.
only Speed for a month. Only WWE Speed for a month. All right, number 8.
Watch that be like the one like month that like all these big people return.
Return. 3, 2, 1.
Indy Hartwell.
Zelina Vega. She's been tag team champion. She won like the Queen's crown.
Right.
But she's never gotten all the way to the top.
Well, first of all, my thing is the exact same thing with Candice LeRae. We need more. We need more of it. I was loving it whenever it happened, but what happened?
Yeah, I was loving Candice LeRae's heel stuff.
You were saying like this is like something you didn't know you need.
Yeah, I didn't know I needed heel Candice LeRae.
Right. Number 7. 3, 2, 1. Zelina Vega.
I put Katana Chance.
Chance.
You know what? I think she's... And I wish I could put... All right, whatever. I'm going to put Kaden Carter with Katana Chance.
Okay, so you're going to put those two like as a team.
Yeah,
together.
team together.
Okay.
I mean, they were tag team champions, but only for a short time. It was almost like they were transitional champions. You know what I'm saying?
Right. For me with Zelina Vega, I'm just seeing her as another like woman that's being forced to be on this group just because other groups have women on them. You know what I'm saying?
Like with the LWO.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's time for her to really spread her own wings.
Ooh.
And
become
champion. I'm gonna say it. Become champion. Give it to her. Give her.
Well, aren't they gonna announce soon like a women's United States championship?
Yeah, or like a mid card.
Yeah.
Championship for the women's. Yeah. So I think that'll help give some of these women
more
opportunities and more spotlight. Yeah, I agree. Number 6, 3, 2, 1.
Zoe Stark.
Candice LeRae.
So Candice LeRae. Self-explanatory.
Again.
With Zoe Stark, so much potential, like you said.
Yeah.
Like
I've talked about how I see what could make her. I see what made Becky Lynch so popular.
Right.
In Zoe Stark, I see that potential. Number 5. Oh, there goes my marker. Yep. Number 5. 3, 2, 1.
Michin.
Cora Jade.
I said Michin. Cora Jade, once again.
Once again, if she had not gotten injured, she'd
Wait a minute.
probably be champion.
Are both of our number 10s been swapped with number 5s?
They could have been. I think so.
Was yours number 10 Michin?
It was.
Mine
Look at
was
that.
Cora
Look at
Jade.
that. Look at that.
Let's see if I can get this to work.
Look, give it a shot.
Yeah, there's no way.
There's just no way, dog. Oh, we throwing it away. Okay.
We on number 4?
We're on number 4.
No, this one. I think it's your board, man.
It's not my board. Three, 2, 1.
Dakota Kai.
Kairi Sane. She was huge in NXT. She was NXT champion.
I could
She's
really
been tag
see
team champion.
Dakota Kai making it on her own.
Yeah, I have talked about how I've always been a huge Dakota Kai fan. And I think she deserves a singles push.
Right. All right. I just want to point this out. If you can't read our stuff because of how fainted it is,
markers are going away.
I'm sorry. We're probably going to make Tyler buy some more.
We're probably going to make Tyler buy some more.
Because he lost.
Because I did lose. Number 3, 3, 2, 1.
Shayna Baszler.
Naomi.
So, yeah, Naomi, she beat the champion.
She did just beat the champion. She
beat the
deserves a
champion.
title match.
Which I'm sure she's probably going to get next week.
Next week or in the near future.
Shayna Baszler, we talked about her in our match reviews how she had so much potential.
I've always said back at the 2020 WrestleMania, the COVID no audience WrestleMania, she should have beaten Becky Lynch for the title.
Think about it. With the Elimination Chamber match, she went off.
She eliminated everybody.
Could I see that marker?
Yeah. Number 2.
Oh my god.
Oh no, dog.
Okay.
All right, number 2.
3, 2, 1. Naomi.
Dakota Kai. I love Dakota Kai. You already know. I think they should just make her champion already. That's my opinion.
Yep. So.
Who did you have, Naomi?
I had Naomi. Once again. She's been in the WWE for so long.
And she left and then went and made a name for herself in TNA, came back, and deserves the title match. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Case and I have the same number 1, so we're just going to use one board.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Chelsea Green.
That was kind of
Yeah, Chelsea Green should 100% be put in the main event picture, I'd say.
Right.
She brings in an audience.
She has done so much for WWE. She is putting creativity and just entertainment to a whole nother spectrum. She's like the women's R-Truth right now.
She is. That's
except that she doesn't have the same persona. She's
different. She's like a Karen.
She's definitely my most entertaining superstar.
Yeah, just
women's wise.
Pure just entertainment. She's funny.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah, I agree. Good top 10 this week, Caysen.
Yeah.
Let us know your top 10 most underrated women WWE wrestlers right now.
And also let us know if there's any top 10s y'all want to see. You say it, we'll throw Tyler's idea out the window and do what you say. Because you're above Tyler. Mm-hmm. You are above me.
It goes you guys, Caysen, and then me down here.
No, I don't know about that, man.
I just buy the markers and...
Without you, this wouldn't have happened. You were the one that texted me randomly saying, hey, let's start a random podcast just for fun. And I was like, sure, I have nothing else to do.
60 subscribers later.
Now we have 60 subscribers, people. Some people are like, oh, that's not that much. Where's your 60 subscribers at? Now watch it be some huge
it's like Mr. Beast's channel.
Yeah.
Some guy.
Watch it be the biggest wrestling podcast right now.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the historic match reviews. It was a Miz week.
Which one do you want to do first?
Do you want to go because it was singles, triple fatal 4-way.
Right.
Do you want to go in that order? Do the singles first?
Sure. The singles match
was the Miz and Seth Rollins. For the Intercontinental Championship.
First of all,
banger match. These Miz hit at least 2 finishers.
Right.
On Seth Rollins, and he kicked out.
The Miz is probably one of the most.
Was this prime Miz?
Yeah.
Was this best Miz?
The Miz is not being put as such of a high standard as he should be. To be honest with you.
Dude.
He's done so much.
From 2011 to about at least 2020,
Right.
For like 10 years, he was killing it every single year.
He's a Grand Slam champion, man.
2-time Grand Slam champion.
Dos.
That means he's won all the titles. Twice.
So,
But this was a good match against Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
It was looking like, I mean, The Miz was targeting Seth Rollins' knee.
I mean, like, of course, because
the figure 4 lock.
Figure 4. You got to use that to your advantage.
And it was at one point it was looking like Seth Rollins was going to do a curb stomp off like the second rope. And Miz was not having it.
Yeah, but like that leg though. That leg can't do that.
That leg though. But Miz again, he hit 2 skull crushing finales.
Right.
Seth Rollins kicked out of all of them, and everybody knew if Miz hits the third one, it's over.
Right. Of course.
And Seth Rollins was able to get out of it, and he ends up hitting a curb stomp and winning the match.
Shout out Seth.
Shout out Seth.
I mean,
and this was goated Seth time.
Right.
Definitely goated Seth. I mean, not that there hasn't been not a goated Seth time.
I also want to point out we completely forgot something in our reviews about him and Braun Breaker. Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed. Yeah.
Just them making the match
the backstage
happen.
segment, yeah. Which also included another Brock Lesnar reference.
Right.
So it makes me think, because he talks about how he's conquered, or he slayed kings, conquered beasts, or whatever, vice versa, whatever it was.
And now he wants to slay a monster or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Hunt a monster.
Hunt a monster, something like that. But yeah.
But Bronson Reed has to be on the same page as Adam Pearce. That's what Adam Pearce said. If he wants this match to happen, you got to be on the same page.
Same page.
Anyways, back on subject.
So
let's talk about the triple threat match.
This was the WrestleMania match between Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and The Miz. I remember this was when Seth Rollins came out with his Game of Thrones entrance.
Right.
It was dope. And this was like one of the matches of the night, I'd say.
Triple
threat match.
First of all, a triple threat match with these 3 guys.
What
more could you expect? Especially,
you knew it was going to be a banger.
Especially from The Miz of this high standard. Yeah. Was this match for a championship? It was for the
Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, Intercontinental Championship. One of the greatest
It was for that title.
Yeah.
It was for this title.
This is like the title that Miz had whenever he had that historic reign.
He's won that title specifically so many times.
Right.
But again, Seth Rollins picks up the W, wins the match.
Right.
Becomes Intercontinental Champion.
Right.
And it's just a banger match. I mean, Finn Balor was jumping over, doing like a suicide dive.
Finn Balor is super athletic during that match. Yeah. When is he not?
When is he not?
Just like all like the I'm trying to think of the right words. The acrobatic moves during that match. Finn Balor, he's insane.
He's insane. He's amazing.
This thing smells horrible.
That's gross. Last match is the Fatal 4-Way. This was at Extreme Rules in 2016.
Right.
You had Miz, Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
This was no beard. I mean, he had some facial hair, but it wasn't the beard.
Right. You talking about Sami?
Sami Zayn, yeah.
Yeah.
And he kicks off the match. The match kicks off with a haluva kick to Kevin Owens right away.
Yeah, this is whenever those two absolutely like hate each other.
Yeah.
Because with Sami and Kevin Owens, we keep seeing, they're best friends. Now they hate each other.
Now they're friends
best
again.
Friends.
Hate each other. I mean, they said during the match that these guys have said that they are destined to fight forever.
Right. Those two are like probably some of the oldest dudes in the company at this moment.
They're killing it. They're
they're killing it. Another old dude is the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz.
The Miz, who I would say he wins the match, and he does so in Miz fashion.
Right.
He sneaks in and steals the victory.
Like, of course, The Miz, probably not as great wrestling-wise as some of the greats like Brock Lesnar or whatever. But The Miz has the tactics. He has the technique. He has the brains. I remember when he would like use like the hairspray, I'm pretty sure that his wife had. Not hairspray, pepper spray.
Pepper spray.
His wife had whenever his wife, the Maurice, would be at ringside.
Yeah.
I remember that being
she was at ringside in this match.
Right. She was at ringside.
She was there.
This is whenever like she's like his manager.
Yeah.
When you think of Miz, you think of Maurice.
Yeah.
Like, it's that kind of thing. Maurice always being out for him.
Yeah, looking out, helping him out. pretty much the match. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are just trying to fight each other almost the whole time.
They don't even want the championship.
And that's what ends up costing them the title, especially
Right.
Sami. Sami gets carried away trying to take out Kevin Owens, and Miz is the one that sneaks in and gets the victory,
Right.
pinning Cesaro.
Right.
Again, Cesaro, another guy I wish hopefully one day comes back to WWE.
Yep.
Very underrated, deserved a main event push.
Whenever he went to that AEW event and he was doing the swing, I was
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm pretty sure I have a video of that still.
Yeah, I mean, he just kept on going.
It was great.
But yeah, again, The Miz picks up the victory, stealing the win, pinning Cesaro as Sami Zayn is trying to take out Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Miz, what a goat.
He's a great guy.
First ballot Hall of Famer. One of the greatest talkers of all time. We could do an episode just talking about his mic work.
I feel like The Miz is probably top 5 at least, most underrated
of all time.
Of
all time. And he's a 2-time Grand Slam champion. And he's still underrated.
Most unappreciated.
Yeah. I agree.
Unappreciated.
I agree. All right, I'll give you guys your 3 matches for this next week.
Give us the 3.
I like how we're focusing on a superstar each week. I like that.
You like it?
So we're going to continue with that with Randy Orton.
The Viper.
Missouri's own Randy Orton.
St. Louis episode.
So we're going to take it to Backlash in 2004. Randy Orton versus Cactus Jack.
That's crazy.
And
the
Legend
Killer.
You know if Cactus Jack is involved, you know it's going to get a little extreme and violent. Next match is Randy Orton versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 21.
Legend Killer. Except that.
You already know who's going to win that match at
Because of
WrestleMania.
streak.
And then we got Extreme Rules 2014. Evolution versus The Shield.
Ooh, so you're like having like a team with this.
So it's Triple H, Batista, and Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins.
I like it. First of all, I miss you, Dean Ambrose. I miss you. But
he just became AEW World Champion.
I did see that. Mm-hmm. I understand why he left WWE.
I get it.
Anyways, shout out Randy Orton. He's actually my favorite wrestler.
He's my favorite wrestler. He's the GOAT.
He's my favorite. He's the GOAT.
That's your homework for this week.
He got voices
in his head.
And your voices in your head are saying, watch these matches.
Watch these matches. And share this episode. Share it right now.
Right now. We're not even done, but share it right now.
Don't do anything unless you share this.
All right, we're going to wait a few seconds.
Okay.
Wait.
Give you some time to share. Share to your buddies. Share to your teachers.
Hey, how's the wife doing, man?
I'm not married.
Oh. You done? Okay.
Oh, they shared it. Good job. Thank you. We appreciate that, guys. All right, let's move on to our final segment of the episode.
Give me a
Caysen's.
Actually, I'm going to use...
Here, this may be good. Let's try. Let's
keep using this mic.
Caysen's figure out who does not belong.
Who we got?
So first guy is CM Punk.
I'm just going to put the...
Yeah, you're good. Ethan Page. Jade Cargill. Sean Spears. And Seth Rollins.
Okay. We got Seth Rollins. We got CM Punk. Mm-hmm. We got Ethan Page, Jade Cargill,
and Sean Spears.
Okay.
Now remember, you can ask yes or no questions.
Well, first of all, are they a woman? Is it a woman?
I'm not going to let you do that because that's too easy.
Well, I guess it's Jade Cargill.
It's not Jade Cargill.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No. Oh. All right, so it's not a woman.
Oh. I thought that was the thing.
No. How about we'll make this rule. No yes or no questions that are like, is she a woman?
Do they have black hair?
Do they have black hair? Do they have blonde hair?
Okay. Fine. Has this person been WWE champion?
Yes.
Okay. So it's between Seth Rollins and CM Punk.
The easy part is figuring out who belongs. The harder part is finding why they do not belong.
Yeah,
because then you got to go back to the other guys you've crossed out and
right.
Okay, well, what sets this guy apart? Now, again, I'll reiterate. I'll say this every time. There might be multiple things that set this person apart.
Yeah.
But there's one specific thing I'm thinking of.
Right. I want to say that the thing is CM Punk, and like he hasn't been NXT champion, but Jade Cargill has not been NXT champion.
That's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it. Shawn Spears hasn't either.
Shawn Spears has not been NXT champion, even when he was originally in WWE as Ty Dillinger.
Yeah, right. Right.
You already know the comments are screaming at you right now. Everybody watching.
Is it really that easy?
You'll kind of be like, man, I don't know if I'd say it's easy, but you'll be like, oh, dude, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Did you just lose the eraser?
Yeah, I did.
We'll find it. We'll find it later.
Has this person been in like a huge faction? Oh wait, I guess they both have, haven't they?
Both technically, so yeah.
Shoot, I was thinking that Seth Rollins.
CM Punk's been in the Straight Edge Society.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins did the Shield.
I completely forgot about CM Punk with his.
I didn't even think you knew about that. That was like
I did. I did know
Straight
about
Edge Society.
That. Yeah.
That was like 2010.
I know. Oh man. This one's
a little bit harder.
This one's tough. I feel like the thing that really throws me off the most is the NXT guys.
The NXT guys?
Yeah. Oh man.
All right. Do you want a hint or something, or do you want me to tell you who?
Give me a hint.
Who is the guy?
Give me a hint.
All right.
People are probably screaming at me right now.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of a hint that's not going to give it away.
Right.
Think about more of each of these superstars' wrestling history.
Okay. So like their championships?
Don't focus too much on not accomplishments.
Okay,
Don't
but
think
like
about
matches.
accomplishments. Think about just their history in wrestling.
Oh. Has CM Punk been in no. Because Jade Cargill has been in multiple
what?
Promotion brands.
Let me say this. What you just said there is you're kind of sort of on the right track. You have maybe the kind of the right idea.
Has CM Punk been a champion in multiple WWE, not WWE, like wrestling brands?
You mean like a Raw, SmackDown?
Like AEW. And,
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, he has.
Has Jade Cargill?
I don't know if she has.
So that's probably not it, because you would make sure that she.
It's not about championships, but you're starting to get closer. You're getting real close, I think.
Dude, I don't know.
I can't give a hint because it'll give it away.
Is it really that simple?
No, but it's just I don't know another way to. Let me try and think of a hint that'll give you the person and not necessarily the reason.
Okay.
All right,
I'm so dumb.
This wrestler, out of the two that you have left, this wrestler has main evented WrestleMania.
Okay, so Seth Rollins. So this person the person that's not fitting has
been in a main event.
So it's Seth Rollins
Seth Rollins is the person.
Okay.
Why do they not belong there?
He didn't start he's been in WWE for his entire wrestling career. Is that it?
You're so close, but it's not exactly the way I need you. I'll give it to you.
He started in WWE.
Seth Rollins is the only one on that list that has never been in AEW and came over the WWE.
Oh, that's fair.
CM Punk was in AEW, got fired, came to WWE. Ethan Page left AEW, came to WWE. Jade Cargill, Shawn Spears both left AEW and came to WWE. Seth Rollins, since he got to WWE, has stayed in WWE.
That's fair. I thought you were gonna be focusing more on like stuff that's happened inside WWE.
Yeah, I was trying to give you a little bit of a harder one.
Yeah, got me.
This is a difficult one.
You got me with that one.
All right, that's good. Hey, feel free to bring your own list.
Yeah,
try and get me if you can. I'm Magic Tyler, dog.
I'm just really dumb when it comes to this.
You're fine.
It's all right, though. It's all right. I'll get roasted in the comments, but it's okay.
It's all right.
It's okay.
All right, so that's our episode for today.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
That's it.
It is.
That's all we got
How long
planned.
we got?
We
It's
hit
been
now.
an hour.
Let's go.
It's been an hour. So, yep, homework. Let us know what you think. Let us know. Give us criticism or things that you like.
What you'd like to see in upcoming episodes, some content you'd like to see.
Right? Got any segments you want to see? Mm-hmm. What songs you want Tyler to sing?
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier.
I'm not doing that one.
Ooh, bye.
I'm trying to think of like a song that would just be like.
Somebody call my mama, baby.
I'm gonna do a
mama.
WWE song. I'm sure.
Hey, yow.
Should I make you sing like the entire Dude Love song? So it's just you doing the.
Dude Love's got a banger song, dude.
Oh man, I'll find something. We're glad y'all showed up. We're thankful for the 60 subscriber mark. Yeah. I'll see you later. Magic Tyler, Caysen Smith. We'll see you the next time.